Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains.
Lions in France, millions in pounds.
Yep. All right, I forgot to plug my mic in again, and if I plug it in now, as you know, everything falls apart. So I will yell for the next hour and a half. Aight? So hey, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Trading is risky. That's all they really want me to say. It is the 9th of March, 2007. Happy Thursday, happy ECB day. Hey, my name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for Traders Way. Thank you for being a client. If you are not a client, but you are enjoying these sessions with me, then you should, out of loyalty and respect, go to tradersway.com and open an account. Do these sessions every day, 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Thursday, here at forex.today. And tomorrow I'm at fxstreet.com for trade non-farm payrolls live number 130 something, I don't know. So I think it's pretty close to 11 years. Isn't it 11 years in May? Yeah, pretty amazing. So anyways, thanks for being here. Check it out. Who remembers selling oil on Tuesday? Who remembers looking at the oil trade yesterday? I think it was up $1,000 because it moved from here to here. Holy schnickerschnocker. Whoop, whoop. Do you remember talking, someone said, well, what's the limit? Are you going to get out at 52? I said, what limit? You guys remember when we did that whole thing about stay with the trend, have no target, really, if it bounces at your support, then take your profit, but you can let it run, right? I said, how much more work is it to let it run? That's pretty sweet, huh? So anyways, yeah. Hey, thanks. Got lucky on that one. Shorting oil. See, the funny thing about the getting lucky part is I've had a bias for years. And sometimes it breaks. There are many times when it didn't break. It just went to support, held, went to support, held, all that kind of stuff. This time it broke, but it's not because I did anything different. You see what I mean? Some people will sell and then buy and then sell and buy. Just, dude, have an opinion and trade it. And in this case, guess what? The market being as dumb as it is, they're surprised. There's still a buildup in oil. Oh my gosh. There's still, even with the OPEC cuts, there's still a buildup in oil. Now, why am I not surprised by that? Does anyone want to know, or should I keep it to myself?
My alpha, baby.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you. Sure. Well, about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years, about 10 years ago, I went through the government's website, the IEA, or no, not the IEA, EIA. I went through the EIA website and got some databases and stuff. Found it, I don't know. Anyways, I went through the data and I went through 50 years of monthly data on supply. Wow. Not bad for an amateur, by the way, right? You remember we were talking yesterday about I made a call and oil was like $65 a barrel, and I begged people to buy it. And same thing with gold being really cheap, right? To fill the swimming pool full of crude. Well, I think it was around then, but I can't quite remember. But anyways, I went through 50 years of data, of supply data. Okay, supply data. Turns out June 1st is the peak. And between, let's say this time of year, all the way to June 1st, oil supplies go up. It happens generally every year. So what kind of monkey head would expect oil inventories to go down when they've gone up pretty much every year for 50 years? Some guy that has no idea what he's doing. Oh, well, OPEC. Oh, well, OPEC what? Yeah, all right, so shorted oil. When inventories almost always, because it's not always, but inventories almost always go up this time of year. Oh, well, this year's different. This time it's different. You know what? This time is never different. So anyways, I don't know. I'm not saying I shorted it knowing it was going to go that far, but I played the game that I want to play. You understand? Yeah, I know the ECB is coming up. But you understand? I mean, they're not going to do anything, Joseph. It's the press conference that matters. But you understand, like, you got to play your game. You can't play other people's games. If you're a professional, you have to have a game. What's your game? Oh, man, I am so short oil. It's redonkulous. Not only is that OPEC stuff full of hot air, but this time of year, we're building up for the summer. And I'm just short. And even if it went up, we're going to frack that back down. So either way, I'm short at 54, 55. If it goes up to 60, I'll be short at 60. Just whatever. You understand? You got to play your game. What's your role in the whole process, right? So anyways, this was the monthly target. Oh, the mouse is slow. There's the monthly target. Here's the weekly target. It gets us down to 50, 51. All right, I'm sorry, it went down to 49. But cool, huh? You guys remember I was short like 2 pips or whatever below the 54, right? And we set that up. Do you remember on the 5-minute chart? I think it's too far back now. Do you guys remember setting up the potential reversal pattern at 54.00? I gotta turn that up. Just wondering if you guys remember. I think we did it Tuesday. There it is. Yeah, our trade plan was up into 54, and then we're going to look for a little dipsy-do. Okay, I was short up here, but I think you could have been short here, right? Sort of this move here, right? Reverse fib, lower low, right? Lower than that low. So if you want to draw it, you go. How do I do that? Insert shapes. Okay. So it's this low to that high to this low that I'm looking at. So that would project insert shapes, triangle, right? Right, that point to a lower high somewhere. Look, it was 50% to a new lower low, doesn't it? So, you know, but I find short off the weekly. Let's go back to that. I can't even fit that. I find that you're either late or early here, or you're late. I just don't understand why you wouldn't short at 54 if you were there. So just like, really, that stuff, you're just late. And sometimes that happens. You're just not at your charts that time or something, but yeah, this is early, right? I mean, you could have taken it, and then your stop's up above R1. You're sweating bullets a bit, right? Yeah, there's no other way really to do it. I guess a little in here, but whatever. Whatever. Just, if you had a plan, it worked out that this time, that's all, right? Cool. You are not alone. I am here with you. Hang on. Lord, it's not. Let's do the Swissy. Gotta clean all these charts up. 4 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, I guess. Okay, is Swissy strong or weak? This should be 1 hour. La 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 la. I'd say strong. Unless you're talking 2 candles. Okay, but I see, let's do it this way. Okay. Come on, I clicked red. Come on, why don't you draw red? There you go, let's do it again. I see this. I see this. I guess I could have zoomed out a little bit more, but I see that. And then this is odd, right? But that's helpful information, isn't it? So if you remember a day or 2 ago, we talked about the ECB, that they're not going to change their policy, but things are improving, right? Things are improving. They're getting growth. They're getting some sort of inflation. Falling oil prices is going to slow, I think, the ECB. Yeah, inflation's looking okay, but it's only that oil has stopped falling, is what I think. So when they're looking at year-over-year data, last year oil fell a lot. So they had deflation or disinflation, and then oil's risen back to 50, and there's their inflation, and then they're moving sideways, right? So I think if it stays 50 for the whole year, then next year they're going to show flat growth. Well, it's just not flat growth, it's their measurement of inflation. Yeah. Ryan, what I said was 10 years ago, I studied supply inventories in the United States. And over the 50-year period, there was an obvious trend of building up oil inventories all the way to June 1st, and that was the average peak when inventories hit the high of the year. And that had to do, I'm assuming, with the summer driving season of American going on summer holidays and driving to the Grand Canyon and driving to Grandma's house and driving to Wally World. And then from June 1st to December 31st, there was a drawdown in those inventories because of the driving season. And then if it becomes a really cold winter, then it draws down because a lot of the Northeast is using heating oil, which is a derivative. Okay. If it's not a cold winter, then what happens is demand is low for said derivative and therefore low for the crude, and then inventories don't draw down and therefore prices tend to relax. Yeah, but don't tell anybody. Because I did the work, remember? So I should keep that stuff for myself and just make a ton of money. Because I did all the work. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah. I mean, we just made $5 in 2 days on oil. Right? That's $5,000 per contract. Right? I should be receiving like gifts of wine and cigars and Rolex watches. Thank you, Wayne. I'm like, hey, man, that's so cool. Anyways, so what we've learned here is the Swissie's generally strong, right? You can see CAD is falling pretty fast against the Swissie. I want to back out a little bit here. Okay, so CAD is quite weak versus the Swissie. Pound is slowing down and is finding support here. There's a confluence of support here. Looks like monthly, weekly cluster. Okay, so it's been quite weak versus the Swissie, but running in here. By the way, pound Swissie, right? You can call it the ham and cheese because I call the British pound the pig, great big pig. Or you can call it a pissy, the pound Swissie. So pissy has been heading down for a while. Aussie Swissie, reasonably same. Okay, no longer sort of downtrend, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Look at the R1, S1, guys. R1 to the pip, S1 to the pip. Till you mum. Remember all that interest rate stuff? And then they don't do anything? Well, it's beautiful. If you're trading and you're sticking to your guns, you're trading your alpha. There's so many opportunities right now to do well. But anyways, and then you look at this, and Euro seems to be quite strong, right? And it's suggesting that over this time period, you could have traded Euro Aussie up, Euro CAD up, pound Euro down, and you would have made money. Okay. Swissie's been strong. And Euro yen too. Well, I don't know anything about yen on this. But you're then converting that over. I mean, sure, baby. Sure, baby. I mean, you can. I mean, if you want to break down the pairs that way, I mean, it's your bag. It's your bag, baby. Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me, saves me. All right. Do you guys know the counter trend trade? Where are my swing traders? Who's in the swing trading course? Yeah. So in the course, there's counter trend trades like this one and this one, and you can see they worked out perfect. Just saying. All right, so what's going on here? What do we got, Pig Dog? Pretty amazing chart. Don't know why all that's there. Isn't that an amazing chart? There's no more data. Wow. Ah. And now you should somehow realize what you got to do. Beautiful, huh? Weekly central heading up. M3 heading down. Central heading down. The USD kitty cat is just crazy. Here's a counter trade that didn't work. It's amazing, huh? How weak it is. Well, I'm going to be unamazed pretty soon. What do you think? Should you hold on? Maybe it'll go farther. Maybe imagine the pivots next week. 2 weeks in a row of ginormous pivots. How about next month's pivot? Yeah, well, this is screaming get out, right? Yeah. Oh, well, maybe it'll go farther. Do you ever laugh at stuff like that now? Hey, by the way, Bank of America hit $25 a share. So if you bought it at $5, yeah, so if you bought it at $5, you'd be pretty happy. Like somebody. Yeah, 500%, huh? The funny thing is that's not nearly even close to my best trade ever in the stock market. 500% is not even close, not even ballpark. Yeah, it's just a random, right? Yeah, yeah, like my professors that I pay so much money for. Which reminds me of a $10,000 bill I need to pay for Harvard for my 3-week class. I have a 3-week class. Nice. Yeah, so the story, if you don't know, I bought Apple at $6 a share and sold it just after Steve Jobs died. So I think it was like bought it at 6, sold it at 500. Sold it or bought it when it was bankrupt and sold it when it was the largest company in the world. Like, try to repeat that, huh? Like, how do you do that? Invest into a bankrupt company. It was funny because I bought it because the market cap was less than the amount of cash they had in the bank. So I could have bought all of Apple. Let's say I was sitting on $1 billion, right? I could have bought Apple for $1 billion, but they had like $2 billion in cash. So I would have instantly I could have just sold the company for $1 and made $1 billion because I had the cash. And I'm like, I own everything. I just bought the whole company. It's mine. Everybody's fired. Take all your stupid plastic little toy computers, get rid of them, and I'll just keep the $1 billion, right? I mean, honestly, I'm like, that must be an opportunity. So it was the first stock I ever bought, because I'm like, wow, how could a company be worth less than the cash that it's holding? That doesn't make sense to me. So I threw all my money at it. As a college kid, I didn't have any money, but I bought shares of a bankrupt company that I thought had a chance because I liked their technology and I like what they did. And you got to remember what an IBM machine looked like. IBM machine was anything that wasn't an Apple back then. It was funny. It's weird, like Hewlett-Packard didn't make computers yet. I think maybe Dell was out there, maybe Compaq. I don't even think so. They were just IBM machines. Isn't that funny? So I bought Apple back when it was Apple versus IBM. It's weird, right? Like, we're talking like Lou Gerstner days. So anyways, bought a bankrupt company and sold it when it was the largest company in the world. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to beat. Anyways, those are just the old days. Just the old days. So what do we do? You know everything you need to know about oil. Go back into gold, maybe? I don't believe that anybody trades the way I do. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. Bum, bum. Yeah, it's crazy shocking how gold is bouncing in the green zone. That's pretty weird, huh? It's pretty weird how gold bounced off the red zone. Look at this. I mean, just beautiful, right? I hope some of these things are clicking in for you guys. Trading has been very, very good the last, oh my God, what, 6 months? Very usual stretch of good trading. Yeah, Freddie Boy talks about the marijuana stocks and stuff. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It's too much of a cultural issue for me to get in. I don't know why. I mean, you could see that you're buying a young industry that might be around. I just don't like it, I suppose. Right? So that's all. It's just not my thing. Right? I don't really like hippies. Pot smoking hippies, don't really like. So whatever. So yeah, so I wouldn't put my money into it. But I can see, like, going back, like taking me out of it because it has nothing to do with me. It's a fledgling young industry that could grow to other states. And selling drugs, I mean, we all know drug dealers make a lot of money, right? So if you could make a Coke machine that sells pot, sells you a joint, yeah, that could be a business, sure. Yeah, I mean, like tobacco and cigarettes. I mean, we could probably do. See, I smoke cigars, and it's not a great habit, but it's, if you look at what cigarettes are just ugly, disgusting things that, you know, people get addicted to. It soothes weak people or something. Sorry for all the people that smoke, but I don't get it. I think it's horrible when someone's like, I gotta go, I'll be right back, I gotta have a smoke. Like, dude, seriously? I don't get it, right? I've never said, oh my God, we need to stop this conversation right here and right now. I need to go outside and smoke a cigar or I'm going to pee my pants. I'm going to just shake. You know what I mean? Like, I've never once said that to somebody. I'll call you back, dude. I got to go smoke a cigar. I just can't, I got to go. I can't fly to Hong Kong because I can't be on an airplane for 33 hours. I just physically can't because I can't smoke a cigar. Right? Have you ever seen someone take out a cigarette and they're like, this was so beautifully rolled, and this tobacco is aged for years and blended with love, and like they're different things, right? But boy, dude, so if you just bring it down to like a cigarette is an instrument or a means to insert nicotine into the veins and lungs of an addicted person, then boom, it's a great business. You see what I mean? Same thing with alcohol, right? People always come up with these great ideas for inventions. And by the way, I just bought someone's invention. It's supposed to be arriving today. It's one of these upstart type things. So I bought it. Let's see if it works. But even then, I'm a venture capitalist. I'm like, great product. It ain't going to work. I mean, it'll work, but he'll never make any decent money. But we'll see. Oh yeah, so all these great ideas, all these great inventions, complicated little machines that do great things, the nuclear-powered mouse trap that costs $14 billion, but it kills mice with certainty, right? Like, well, we don't really need a $14 billion mouse trap, but I'm glad it works. It's not very portable. But you know what? The best way to make money? Open a bar, sell somebody a 30-cent beer for $6. It's just like, well, it's not scalable, Ryan. Hey, I want, hey, everybody, I buy everybody pizza, right? I need 80 pizzas right now. I'll buy pizza for everybody. Like the restaurant is like, dude, it's going to take me hours to make 80 pizzas. But I can walk into a bar and like, how many people are here? 80. Drinks are on the house. Drinks on me. Everybody gets a free beer. Boom. And it takes 4 minutes to pour 80 beers, right? And it's like, all right, what's the bill? Oh, that's $4,000. Boom, boom. So, right? So, and by the way, I have bought over 1,000 people beer or wine. Over 1,000 people. I think it was closer to 2. But certainly I bought over 1,000 beer or wine, they had to choose, for random people I've never met. I don't even know who these people are. Boom. So anyways, that's very scalable is all I'm saying, right? So what an interesting business. Doesn't take a rocket surgeon, doesn't take a ton of money. I mean, how many dive bars have you been in the world? I don't know, I've been in a few. And you're like, this place sucks. And the beer, $3 for a beer, that's highway robbery. But they make money. No, in fact, I honestly I may not have had a drink with them. I might have just because, but you know what? I may not have. That's pretty funny, actually. I may not have actually shared a drink with them. I only paid for it. It was my launch party for my book. So what are we going to do here? I guess we'll follow up on some of these old plans. Let's go to a 15-minute chart or a 5-minute chart even. Okay, let's see, and then kind of squeeze this in. All right, so there's a 5-minute chart. We did this Sunday and Monday, obviously. It's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, I'm a bit off, right? I'm saying buy it at 44. Of course, midpoint cycle levels come into play on these things, right? So there's 50. So the actual bottom is 56. and this one's probably 60. So I'm within 5 or so pips. Wait, no, 55. I'm within 10 pips. And honestly, I would have expected it to come down even more. There must be a cluster in there or something like that. I don't want to mess with the analysis. But that's what we did on Sunday. And we talked again about it on Monday, then or Tuesday maybe. And then Wednesday it took off. Okay. And the projection's still way up here, so like don't get all excited. But you know, when I tell you you're a bull, your only job is to find levels of support in which you would like to buy. Right? I think a lot of people would have chased this down. And there is a little bit of a counter trend there. I just don't think it was big enough to take the risk. Okay. So we haven't got through, you know, we're not on a free and clear plan, right, quite yet. We're stuck at this level here, which I marked actually a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so the next target is really up into here, right? You see all this nonsense? Right, would you agree? Take it across that old X, take it over here. So it's actually saying, you know, we're not actually going to get to M4. It's saying at best tomorrow, maybe we only get to R1. But NFP is funny, right? Do you go into non-farm payrolls treating it just like any other thing? Or do you give it sort of extra leeway? Oh, you entered it at 14. See, yeah. See, I don't know if I like that. Let me get in there. At 14? 14? I don't see it at 14. I just don't. 1404. Okay. So this. I don't know. I mean, yeah, look, it took off, but that you need to be a real cheeky monkey, right? I mean, it's not support. How about that? Can we agree with that? That this is not support? So yeah, you'd have to be in the moment. You'd have to be on a 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart, ready to catch news, ready to catch market opens. But not something I would prescribe for you. I wouldn't say that. I mean, look, you're making tons of money on it. I don't like it. I've been on trades before that I'm making a ton of money on, and I don't like it. And I'll tell you guys, I feel really disappointed that I'm in this trade, but I'm making money. And sometimes it's hard for people to grasp. We're like, Wayne, but you're making, you know, that's good money. I'm like, but I shouldn't be in it. It's kind of one of those things. Yeah, but you're supposed to be in down here, bro. You're like 40, 50 pips out of position, and then you're buying it at resistance. It's not really. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I get it. I get it. But let's just say it like this then. Let me go back into that chart. Let me zoom out. I think there was even a higher probability that it came back down. So you made money, great. And it may not only be luck, it may have been dumb luck. So whatever made it spike, and you can see there's gaps and stuff, so I don't remember what release that was. But it was even more likely for it to come down. So would you have dropped $1 billion onto that? Yeah, you were aware of the risk, and that's cool. It's just your right. So if you're right, so if you wouldn't put $1 billion on it because you were very likely to lose hundreds of millions of dollars, then what's the difference if it's pennies versus dollars, right? So I don't know. Just yeah, as long as you're aware of the risk, I suppose that's the great thing. But I would rather you be buying at support and having a stop that's close, right? I'd rather you buy it down here and putting a stop close and risking 50 pips and going up here, because then you'd be long at 60 or 70, and that's 13.70. I mean, you should be up 100 pips off that by now versus buying it at resistance. Or I'd rather you be long here is my first take. When you told me, I thought maybe that was your entry. And then I looked at it like, no, that's 34. Because I get the breakout pullback, and that again is something I teach you. So I'm like, yeah, if you did that, but you're not in at 30, right? So I just, yeah. It seems a lot like resistance to me, not support. That's all. That's all. No biggie. Just be careful. You made the decision, so that's great. But how about this, Ryan? If I had given you a lot of money, if I had given you millions of dollars to trade, and I saw that trade, we would have to have a conversation about it. I'm like, dude, what do you think this is? Oh, well, no, I thought, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, not with my money. You bought at resistance. Yeah, some news came out and jacked it your way, but you bought at resistance. The odds were not in your favor, and that's, I'd have to put one more bullet in the chamber and say, well, you like gambling? You like to gamble, huh? Yeah. Put a bullet in there, spin in the chamber. All right. What do you think? I'll aim it right at you. There's an 80% chance. Yeah, there's an 80% chance you won't die. I said, that's way better odds than you gave my money. There's an 80% chance you were going to lose on that one. How do you feel about this game? Do you want one bullet in the chamber or 5? Hey, there's still 2 chambers open, bro. Nothing to worry about. You might live. Right? Yeah, but that's what it is. Because when you trade other people's money and you do that and you lose, what are you going to say? Well, I just loved it at resistance. I just knew it was going to go up, but for some reason, resistance held and it fell. I thought the industrial production data was going to be different. I mean, like, dude, what? So yeah, you looked at it, you made a decision, but maybe it was the wrong decision. You bought it at resistance. Well, that's fine if it's your money, and it ain't fine if it's my money. Yeah. Well, no, you can't jump on now. You're making money. I mean, it went your way. The issue, going back to it, is at the moment, right here. So news took it up, right? So you bought it right in here. And at that moment, it was more likely to fall than rise. So you looked at it, you made a decision, you called it. You must have been looking at a 1-minute chart and decided that it was above. We went to almost to 14.10, and then he caught a pullback to 14, and then it turned green, and you longed it. Okay? But it only looks good on a 1-minute chart. Where the hell were you when it was down here? That's my question. If you're so smart and you got such hardcore analysis, why weren't you buying down at support? Because you made a decision in the moment. Because there's no way you said, well, I'm going to ignore it at support. I'm going to wait for it to rise 40 or 50 pips all the way to resistance, and then I want to buy it on a 1-minute chart. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but why would you wait 40 or 50 pips and then buy it at resistance? Right? So again, you should be in at 60, 70, 75, and then all of a sudden 80 is getting a little late. 90 is dumb. 00 is bad. So you waited for it to go to 9 and then come down. I mean, it's just way late, bro. If you were there and that was your plan, no. This is great. If you did that, love it, man. That was a great trade here because it's the breakout, the pullback, bought it off the 618, bought it off pivot, and you're long and strong. Yeah, it's only 50 pips, but it was 50 pips that were probably going to happen, right? Probably going to go up here. Stop could be pretty close as well. So in yours, right, your stop would have to be below support. So we're talking like, ooh, unless you're just, again, making decisions on really small time frames, but then you're, I don't know. So yeah, so again, as a bull, I'm trying to train you to buy at support. If it's at resistance, you're too late, it's not yours. It's not you're not supposed to make the money because you're late. You're supposed to get paid because you bought down here. You deserve that, right? If it's at resistance, you're late. You're like, well, now it's high risk. Let it break. Okay, so then what's the next trade? Let it break, right? So this is in the typical breakout strategy, is let it break and catch the Fibonacci retracement. And you can draw it either way. I don't really care. Okay, you can draw it that way if you want. Either way, breakout, pullback, long and gone. Okay, now you only made 50 pips on that, but it's 2-to-1 versus 1-to-2 the other way. And I'm telling you, if you make a habit, if you did this 100 times in a row, buying at resistance, you're going to lose more than you win. So whatever. Thank you for bringing it up, and thank you for taking the beating from me because it's good for everybody. And of course, always remember, nobody taught me that stuff. Nobody gave me that feedback. I had to lose so many times, and I have scars over my horribly disfigured body that prove that I've been there and learned the hard way. Okay? So your beating is nothing like the one I took. Right? You're still pretty. You're still young. You remember my book where I say I'm like that old beaten non-com officer that's been in the jungle for years, and for some reason I'm a tough son of a bitch that hasn't died? And he takes new recruits. He's like, pack extra socks, don't pack a canteen, or if you have it, make sure it's full all the time, right? Stuff like that. Just rules of survival. So, what's going on here? On these, let's do a different view here. That daily is probably not that good. All right. Let's get rid of that. Oh, some of these old trade plans, huh? All right, so this is middle of February. Now we're almost middle of March. So 1, 2, there's big rallies, but you notice how it keeps coming down? Do you think we're observing repatriation? I mean, it's not amazing flows, But how do we, you know? Is it rolling over? Are we going to get prolonged yen strength? Yeah, Kiwi's probably even more pronounced, but and then others are not so much, right? So here's like January, February, March. Some good trading, don't you think? Here's an interesting look at it, right? I mean, just so can't you imagine now just being in these trades longer can be helpful? So when we did the swing trading class, the first live session we did was, what was it, a Tuesday or a Wednesday? It was the monthly, when the new pivots came out anyways, new monthly pivots. It was a Wednesday. Look at this. We've already done the trade. That's the aggressive trade. This is the conservative trade. Pretty amazing. 81 and a half, and now we're at 79. Okay. Look at this one, how it just started the last week of the previous month and just continued all the way down. R1 to S1, but overlapping months. But that's not a coincidence, because at this time, that was R1, that was resistance. And then they traded it, and like 2 weeks later, they hit the new support. And they respect it. They overlap, which I think is kind of cool. Right? Obviously kicking off here. Look at the importance of these pivots. Right? Bears, bulls, bears, bulls, right? Bulls, bears, right? So remember, where are the bears trying to sell, right? They're trying to sell here, they're trying to sell here, and they're trying to sell even here, because that's the R1. So you know there are bears, there's just more bulls. Where do the bulls buy? Here and here. How funny, right? Look at this. Another R1. Clearly, the professional traders that are trading this pair, clearly, look how fast it reverses. Clearly, they respect these R and S levels, right? Now, the funny thing is, I say, look how quick. This is like a whole day. Like, what kind of fool would be buying it here, right? And then it hits R1 again, right? Just amazing. So typically what you would look to do here is counter trend it back, but I would caution you. I don't like to counter trend. But that is the theory, that if you hit your target early in the month, in this case, right, it's only the 8th. No, I'm sorry, the 9th. Often they take their profit. And maybe it's not bullish, it's just the bears are taking profit. Okay? So I'd pay attention to that. Dude, some of these are just crazy, right? So using your technical analysis skills on the daily chart now, wouldn't this be a screen? Moving on up to the east side, I finally got a piece of blue pie. I don't know. Should you be ready? Should you have a trade plan? No, totally don't be ready. No, totally don't be ready. Don't plan that out. Yeah, ECB, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Pound Aussie. This is weird. It says scan euro, but there's only one euro pair. Euro Aussie, euro dollar. Probably do what, euro Swissy, euro yen. Or do you want to euro CAD? Euro Aussie. We got euro Aussie, but euro dollar, euro Swissy. Yeah, I want to get off euro Swissy, so let's go euro CAD. Euro pound. Yeah, euro pound, I suppose, because we got one commodity up there. All right, so let me clear that up. La 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 la. All right, so there's the euro. Euro losing some to the dollar. Euro losing some to even the pathetic Aussie. Euro losing some to the pig. Euro losing some to the yen. And I have money locked in. How can my stop loss be above price? If I'm short. All right, I have 50 pips profit locked in. The worst I can do. So the reason is I shorted well above. I shorted way up there, weekly M3. Locked in 50 pips profit. There you go. Yep. Cool. Now just hope I don't get unlucky. Right? I'll have to hang out at the bar. I only made 50 pips on my euro swing trade. There you go. But how about that oil? When was the last time we took a live trade on oil? Probably the first time in like a year. We made $5. That's a lot, man. I don't know if you trade oil that much. $5 is a lot, man. That's like 500 pips in 2 days. You're like, yeah, that's pretty good. Uh-oh, no! Remember, it's going to take me out. It doesn't even have to touch because of the spread, and the spread might be wider. No!
Gold dig it!
Only made 50 pips.
Dang it!
You know it's going to drop like a ton of bricks, right? Oh! Draghi's probably saying, you know what? Things are not so bad in Europe. They're probably going to increase their inflation outlook. Yeah, but we knew that, Dan. We knew that 6 months ago. Yeah, it might be time to buy some European property. There's a place in London, or not London, in the UK. It's like, I think it's like 1,000 acres or something. Or, this is weird because you have to convert, but this big, beautiful property. One of the kings, like Louis VIII, it was one of his hunting lodges, and the lodge slash castle is still there. And they have a huge winery, and they have the steam train, like a proper steam train that takes people around the property. And this thing is like, I think it was like 12 million pounds, which is like nothing. This is easily like the quality of $100 million estate that you can buy for 12. You're like, what? Well, it's the end of the UK, as you know it. It's the end of the world. It's all Brexit stuff, right? And I'm like, wow, you can live in Louis VIII's hunting castle with your own winery and your own steam train and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of forested acres. You're like, what? For 12 million? My Lord. When you think about like when people buy boats for like 20, 30, 40, 50 million, like buying this huge property for 12 is like a joke. Yeah, well, I don't know, Pedro. The closer we go, we have to reanalyze the macro situation, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to trade the month of June. I'm taking all the month of June off. Maybe July. So I might just cash out, walk away, keep my powder dry. So I'm just watching the euro here. Same sort of reaction, back down to where we were. Beautiful use of pivots, though, don't you think? Yeah, Tim, yeah, I'd definitely be back in the saddle for August. Oh my God. I mean, it's where it's like the biggest part of my job, I suppose. David? Yeah, Trader's Way used to offer binaries, and I used to teach people how to trade them. If you search on YouTube, on Trader's Way's YouTube channel, you will find several examples of me teaching you how to use binaries. Also, when I was in China with Daniel, I did a whole panel discussion on binary options. It was great. It was me sitting on a white leather chair. Here, I'll put the image up. This one. Okay, so it's me sitting here answering questions about binary options from the audience, and Daniel sitting right next to me translating it. So we did. So, like, anyways, the show was going to collapse because 2 or 3 other speakers just bailed at the last second. They can't make it, and they're like, "Oh my God, what are we going to do? There's a whole event." I'm laughing because I'm like, at that time, Traders Way didn't even offer binaries anymore. Like, so I'm like, I'll tell you what, show, right? This is the China Forex Expo. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. The show always goes on. This is like show business. I will not let you down. I said, hey, just give a microphone out to the audience. I'll take questions for an hour, hour and a half, whatever needs to get done. And they're like, well, what about translation? Daniel stands up. He's like, I'll translate. It's all good. No joke. So Daniel's in the chair next to me, and we're just like taking questions from the audience for an hour, hour and a half about trading binaries. There's like nothing in it for me, nothing in it for Daniel. We're just doing it to like be nice to the show and help people out. Well, which video did you do? Here's one.
Yeah, I forgot about the binary thing. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Anything else? Dollar, CAD, yeah. CAD, dollar.
Dollar, CAD, CAD, dollar.
Anything else?
Okay, anything else?
Plus minus Aussie.
Plus minus Aussie, Kiwi.
The clever little trick.
The clever little trick.
You already know.
You already know this because we talked about it when price got down into this area.
Right?
Right?
Why would I
start thinking that?
Oh, shoot, you hit pause and it turns the video. I wanted to see what price we were short.
Traded that gray zone 2 weeks ago.
Where do we do that?
No. This is the S&P 500. We already double bottomed.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
So that we projected a top
this
and
week
it made it.
And next week.
Remember we said it had to go.
Where's the binary part? They clicked the wrong video?
Dude, you dug 1,000 fence posts.
Okay. Let me zoom in now.
Well, where's my...
Okay. Let me zoom
now
in
you can see it's not accurate.
Okay. Let me zoom in now.
160. Don't fret. We're only at 56, so there's still 400 pips left.
Stuff up here that doesn't look very helpful.
Yeah, but it's not the right one.
Dead.
Do you know what? I'm going to call it a day. I know.
Let's try it again. I saw one. Binary options, Traders Way. Have to
Everybody, good to see you.
turn the echo part off. But here it is, yeah.
Today is the 7th of April. way the binary.
So I think we
option
make
platform
6
with
trades in
Trader
a
Way
row
is
profitable.
I always double check the clock. It helps with the expiration.
It helps with the expiration.
This one is.
All right, yeah, so
expires in
that's the
about 10
one,
minutes. You know, let's make it, you know, expires in a half an hour. Let's give it a little bit of room, right?
yeah, it doesn't give me the link though if I share it that way, right? All right, well, you have to search. It's one where it's like I make 6 trades in a row. So just type binary options Trader's Way. You know what? Let's just do it. Six profitable trades in 45 minutes by Wayne McDonald. How about that, bro? See, it shows me taking trades and stuff. Cool. I'll enjoy that. Let's try to see if I can upload a picture of Daniel and I doing. Let's see. Upload from computer. Pictures. Pretty sure I have one. Medium, large, extra large. And where is it? I guess I don't have to do that. I can go open with paint. Yeah, here we are. It's Daniel and I. Teaching people binary options. How cool is that? Huh? Right? 2 good-looking guys, huh? Look at this. Bear in mind, there's no upside for us being here. Trader's Way doesn't have binary options anymore. Right? We're just, the show's falling apart. None of the other binary brokers showed up. I could just walk away and say, you know what, Daniel and I are just going to go hang out with Ritz-Carlton, have a few drinks, maybe go diamond shopping, right? Maybe go drink some fermented tea. I mean, we don't even need to be there. Isn't that neat? Davis, what do you need? You want a binary option training course? It's just a matter of time, bro. Yeah, I can do it, but yeah, there's no upside for me, I suppose, right? I don't have the time. Oh, was that funny? You couldn't even see the picture? I don't think you could even see the picture. I was trying to show you. There we are, 2 good-looking guys. Just hanging out, helping people in China, changing the world, making it a better place to trade. Cool, right? Yeah. Stood it, like I said, a full hour just taking questions from the audience, just to be nice. Right? Just to be nice. Well, Hojo, like I said to someone else that posted that, we already knew that information. We already knew that. Yeah, Daniel carries those flowers everywhere. Yeah, it would have been funny if the picture, I could crop the picture so I could say, well, he has to have these flowers because he's not wearing any pants. That'd be funny, right? Where's my mouse? Mouse, mouse, mouse. There you go. Yeah, Daniel refuses to wear pants. He just wants to be comfortable. So anyways, that's cool though, right? So just making the world a better place. That's what Daniel and I do. We're a good team. All right, don't look at any of this. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Looks like I did a good thing getting out of the euro with only 50 pips profit. I think that was nice. Only $5 in oil. That was nice. There's some nice swing trades out there, guys, day after week after week after week. Some of those are monthly trades that are just rolling. But now I got to go to Harvard. Got to do some Harvard work. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Matha. It's just sometimes it works, right? And the funny thing about trading, like I know where to buy, I know where to sell. I don't know where it's going to go. I just know where to buy and sell. Yeah, no, I'm happy here. I'm happy to provide it and help in any way I can. No, I don't actually move to Harvard till like June 7th or something. So I'll be here till June. It means the truth. Veritas means the truth. So it's part of being a Illuminati. Yeah, no, honestly, Artem, I don't think I've actually had a vacation in my entire life, and except when I was like in elementary school, right? So as an adult, as a young adult, I've never actually had a vacation. I took 10 days off to propose to my wife, which is a chore I planned every single day. So I guess that was a vacation. The couple of weeks in France when I proposed to my wife. Then there was my honeymoon. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a vacation. So, like for all those that were in South Africa with me, right? To South Africa, worked my butt off for 3-4 days, flew home. That's my vacation. I've been going to forex. I don't do it now, but I used to go to forex conferences all the time, and that was my vacation. I'd throw big parties, like I was telling you about. I'd throw boot camper jamborees, and dozens of people would show up. We'd have parties in my penthouse. Used to do all that kind of stuff all the time. So those were my vacations, going to forex conferences and helping people. Yeah, with my deli belly. So yeah, so I'm only taking time off so I can get my master's degree at Harvard. But that's it. You know, only for that. But I get to dine in Annenberg Hall. You guys know Annenberg Hall? I'm super excited about that because only freshman students are allowed in. Annenberg Hall. I don't know how to spell it. Harvard. You guys want to see you want to see where I'm going to eat my lunch and my dinner? Are you ready? You ready for this? That is where I'm going to eat. That's the dining hall. What? Get the, what? What? What are you talking about? What? You want to see the outside? Yeah, that's only for the freshmen. What? So I'm super excited. Right, I'm super excited. That's where I'm going to eat my lunch every day in the month of June. There's no tours, no other students are allowed in. You can't buy your way in. If you're even a Harvard grad or alum, you're not allowed in. You're not allowed in. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, that's where I'm going to eat lunch every day. Oh my God. It's what they designed Harry Potter after. Yeah, totally, right? Yeah. No, you got BYOO. BYOO. Bye. Bring your own O. Yeah. So anyways, so that's what I'm going to do when I'm not hanging with you guys. I'm going to be, I have 26 weeks worth of work to do in under a month. $26 weeks to do in less than a month, basically 3 weeks. I have to cram 26 weeks into 3 weeks. What a retard! You can't do it anyway. So I gotta roll, man. I gotta roll. I gotta keep earning my way into that because I come from a very, I grew up in the prairies of Canada. I lived for a couple of years in a town of 5,000 people where the rest of the world didn't even exist. No one even wanted to leave the little town. And now I'm in situations like that, but it's because I don't know, I'm running scared. I'm working hard because I don't want to go back to that little town. You know what I mean? So I don't come from money, right? I don't come from Ivy League roots. I don't have blue blood. I don't have silver spoons. And in a large part, I'm doing this for my children because as they're going through school, I'm studying all the time. And I'm trying to open doors so that they can have that same opportunity where they can dine as freshman students in Annenberg Hall, because I wish I had that when I was 18 or 19. Don't you? Can you imagine if you were 18 and 19 and you're walking in and that's Annenberg Hall? And by the way, the reason they do that, only freshman students are allowed in there, is so that you can develop relationships with other freshman students at Harvard that you stay with the 4 years you're there, and they become lifelong relationships. You understand? I mean, most universities don't do that. Harvard has a strategy to ensure that the network you build is first class and lifelong. When you meet someone from Harvard, what year did you go? What house were you in? Okay? And that opens doors, I'm telling you. So anyways, I got to roll. I got work to do. But peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And I'm grateful and thankful every day that you're on my team and that we're all sharing this journey together of working our butts off and getting really good at trading currencies and all the other things that success bring our way. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.